Hi there, I'm Chris, and I am writing a gay pride tarot a gay story for Gay Pride Month using my gay tarot cards. I want to try to show how tarot cards can be used as a tool for writers to unblock their creativity. I am doing day 18 right now. This is video 18. This is the Antagonist second display of power. I will be putting these spreads on my Instagram and on my website so that you can see what I'm doing and what I'm seeing as well. I am using the Gay Tarot deck by Lee Bursten and Antonella Platano, and also tarot spreads from karmastartarot.com. So with that, let's see what comes up. Based on our previous videos, from what I can remember, Sage is our main character, is the Sage of Wands. This is kind of what he wants to be. He wants to be a little bit like, he wants to cheer for himself. He's having a hard time coming out, and he's fallen in love with someone who's lying to him, all that kind of stuff. And also we've got the guy who's falling in love with, which is also his antagonist, the guy that's kind of helping him grow and learn more about the real world, is the Guide of Swords. At least I believe that's what it was. So those are the two signifiers that are optional. You don't have to have them, but it's kind of nice to have them for your cards once you have those. So this is a 10 card spread, and I will again put this on my Instagram. So the first three are the event. Card 1, 2, and 3 are the event. 4, 5, and 6 is 4 is the direct effect of the event on the main character. 5 is the main character's initial response to the event. 6 is the main character's understanding of the event has sunk in. 7 and 8 is the antagonist's next move. I need to move back here because it's the way that it's done. Next move. Ooh, all right. See what happens there. And then 9 and 10 is how the main character recovers from the event. So let's move this up a little bit so that I can do this. Okay. Okay, so the event of the second display of power. Now we've I don't remember even what the first display of power was. I'm sorry, I did that video like a week ago, and I got a new job, so I haven't really been able to prepare as well as I would have liked. I do know, if I remember correctly though, Sage met this guy at an event, and I think the first display of power is that he kind of broke up with him. Kind of like the guy that Sage likes has broken up with him and pulled away. So with the second event, we're getting another event. Like I think they met at a Pride event. They met at a event that was very public. So this is probably another public event. Got the Emperor reversed. It's not as organized. It's not as organized as the first one. It's not as strict with the rules as what the first one was. Something like that. But then we also got the Sage of Swords, which is kind of like the King of Swords. Swords are about your thoughts and your communication. Maybe the big event was planned, but it wasn't planned as well, and everyone's thoughts were on a different event or a different area or something. So maybe, you know what? If the Guide of Swords is the antagonist and he's been lying, maybe in order to, the second display of power is he tells Sage about an event that is completely different so that he makes Sage go somewhere else so that he doesn't have to see him at this next event. That's kind of what I'm kind of getting from that. So he tries to tell Sage to go away, and like tells him how it's canceled. Maybe that's kind of a good idea. Maybe it's canceled. And so the event was canceled, and he makes Sage think that. And he's also a very professional person with his thoughts. So Sage now thinks that this event is canceled. 4, 5, and 6 again is the direct effect on the main character. The 8 of Swords reversed. Usually the 8 of Swords is like you're feeling trapped. And I kind of think that if Sage lies to, if the guide, we haven't named him yet, but if he tells Sage that the event is canceled, maybe that gets the pressure off of Sage, and he feels like he doesn't have to go. He feels a little bit more free in what he wants to do with his afternoon or whenever the event was planned. It's supposed to be it says the initial shock, but I'm wondering if there wasn't any shock. Maybe it's kind of a relief that the event was canceled, or he was told that it was canceled so that he doesn't have to see the X right now. Understanding after the event has sunk in. We got the Lovers, and the Lovers is not usually about loving someone or it's more about dedication. I wonder if Sage was actually dedicated to this event. It was very important to him, but when he heard that it was canceled, he felt free, but it was a commitment that he'd made, and he was it's something he was willing to pull through. Or willing to do to bring it all together. Maybe it was about to be canceled, and maybe his commitment to the event to make it not be canceled was something that Sage wanted to. What brought Sage out of his depression about this? Maybe this was actually getting his mind off of this event, and maybe he was actually kind of excited to go meet some new people and stuff. And maybe the guide, which is the X, I don't know what his name is. Maybe he's jealous that he wants to prevent Sage from going to meet someone new. Number 6. And I lied. Okay, sorry. So 4 was still this. The direct effect, which was him feeling like he's free. Number 5 is the initial response to the initial shock. It's like all the dedication that he had done was for nothing. All the time that he had spent preparing to go to this new event, that's more of what that card meant. Now, number 6 is the main character's understanding after the event has sunk in, which kind of makes sense. You got the 6 of Swords again, and he's kind of sad that he has to move on. He's sad that he has to go on to the next event. He's sad that this event didn't quite work out. Sage is upset that he has to go to a different event that he wasn't planning on going to, something of that nature. And like all that work just gone. It just, you work so hard for something, you're so dedicated to it, and then it just blows up in your face. And Sage kind of just feels that, and he's just kind of sad that he has to miss out, kind of a thing, on an event that obviously is still going on, because the guide, his ex, is telling him that it was canceled, but it's actually not. So number 7 and 8 is the antagonist's next move. 7 is the 10 of Swords. I don't know if you can see that. And 8 is the 8 of Wands. So my interpretation when I see the 10 of Swords on this is a lot of backstabbing. So obviously there is some backstabbing going on with this, and this kind of looks like a little bit kind of like a porn picture or something. But I kind of think that it's a lot of backstabbing, lies. So he's obviously lying really big out of he's lying really hard. And the Eight of Wands is movement. The Eight of Wands usually means movement. And maybe now that the guy, we're going to call him Guide. So Guide, maybe we'll call him Guy. Let's call him Guy. So Guy has lied to Sage about this event that they were going to go to together, told him it was canceled, turning into a whole YA situation here. Backstabbed him, is jealous, doesn't want Sage to find someone new, but he also doesn't want to be with Sage, whatever. So he feels like maybe he's helped Sage move on. He feels like he's able to move the relationship forward. I don't necessarily know if he thinks he's moving the relationship forward, but maybe he's helping him. He thinks he's helping himself move forward. Number 9 is how the main character recovers from the event. This is the 10 of Wands reversed. I still think it kind of goes with the 8 of Swords reversed. The 8 of Swords is like like you think you're trapped. You think you've trapped yourself. You think you're trapped and you can easily get out of it. The 10 of Wands reversed, if you have it right side up, it's the 10 of Wands. You're carrying a lot of weight on yourself. And so since this is reversed, I get more of how the main character recovers from the event. Maybe once everything's said and done, like once Guy has shown his true colors to Sage, maybe he feels like he's finally able to get rid of him. Maybe he's able to finally get rid of all that weight. Maybe he finally comes out. Maybe Sage finally comes out to someone and he finally gets rid of all that weight that's on his shoulders. And he also knows that Guy is not the right guy for him. 10 is the main character's next step toward the overcoming the antagonist. We have the Star reversed. And that kind of makes sense, because I think if I remember correctly, Guy is like a performer and he likes to have all the spotlight on him. So his next steps toward overcoming the antagonist is getting over the Star. He's blocking the Star out, blocking out all of his lies and getting past his first relationship and feeling like he is stronger because of it. That's kind of what I'm getting from this spread right now. And that's the second display of power. So obviously, whatever Guy does and says is out of jealousy, but Sage can see right through it. And he's somehow through all of this Act 2 stuff, he's actually able to understand like how to go forward with it and how to move forward with his life. So I'm going to take a picture of this. I'll put it on my Instagram and on my website, and we'll go from there. And that'll be day 18. So for my next one, it will be 19, the mentor's demise. So let's see how this goes. Next, that'll be day 19 is the mentor's demise. So until next time, thanks.